Sticky Fingers by Stephanie Ralston, illustrated by Paula Teattle and Joanna Berg. The Jelly Drip. Bang, bang, said Ben. I got you. He ran after Randy. A squirrel chattered at them from the big tree. Randy scampered up the ladder to the tree house. Ben dashed up after him. They stopped to rest. Here we see that Ben and Randy are playing sheriff and robber. Sheriff is like a police officer a long time ago, and robber is a thief, someone who steals. Who do you think is playing the sheriff? I see two clues that show us who is the sheriff. The first is that Ben runs after Randy. If Ben is running after Randy, then I know he is the sheriff because the sheriff always runs after the robber. Also, we know that Ben went up the ladder second. And in the picture, the second boy has a star on his hat. That's the sheriff's star. It's like his badge. Here's another question for you. What time of the year do you think it is? Look at the picture and tell me, do you think it's summer, fall, winter, or is it spring? The correct answer is spring. Do you see the flowers near the tree? Well, flowers blossom in the spring. Now, what two words do you think show us that the boys hurry up the ladder? Which words show us that the boys hurry up the ladder? The answer is the word scampered and the word dashed. Those are two words that express how fast the boys are going. Page 9. I will be the sheriff next time, said Randy. He slid the dishcloth from his chin. It was his robber mask. Ben nodded. And I will be the robber, but I'm hungry now. He began to unpack the lunch. Randy bit into his sandwich. A big drop of jelly dripped on the dishcloth. What does Randy use for a robber mask? He uses a dishcloth. A dishcloth is a piece of cloth that we use to dry the dishes. We usually have those in kitchens. What time of day do you think it is? Well, it is lunchtime because the boys unpack their lunch and they are hungry. What happened when Randy bit into his sandwich? A big drop of jelly dripped on the dishcloth. Do you think that Randy will get in trouble for this? Let's find out. You're in for it, said Ben. Mom will be upset. I don't think she will. It's just a dishcloth, said Randy. He rubbed the spot with a napkin. What is the first thing that Randy does about the jelly drip? He rubbed the spot with a napkin. Have you ever spilled food on something that you were wearing? I know I have. Next, who says that Mom will be upset? Ben says it. Let's read where he says it. Mom will be upset. Does Randy believe that Mom will be upset? No, he does not. His answer is, I don't think she will. A dishcloth, said Ben. That was a gift from Granny. You better wet it and set it in the sun. Randy dipped the dishcloth into the water bottle. He put it on a branch to dry. Ben packed up the rest of the lunch. It was back to the Old West, and the dishcloth with the jelly drip was left to the spring day. What does Ben tell Randy that the dishcloth is? He tells him that it was a gift from Granny. What does Ben suggest that Randy do with the robber mask? He tells him, wet it and set it in the sun. Why does Ben suggest that Randy wet the cloth? Well, that's a way to clean it. Do you think this is the best way to clean the cloth? Maybe he should have asked his mom for help. Do the boys continue to play sheriff and robber? Yes, they do. It says, it was back to the Old West. The Old West is an expression we use to talk about the time when people used horses to get around instead of cars. There were cowboys and there were sheriffs. When the boys return to play, where does Randy leave the wet robber mask? He leaves it on a branch to dry. Do you think Mom will notice the wet cloth on the branch? Let's find out next time.